Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Let me make sure I got this little straighten up a little bit. Right chair. Either way, what's good? What's good? It's Friday, payday for a lot of folks, man. You ready to spend that check, ain't you? Moto, mindset, successful thinking, Moto show for motivation. You know, we do this every day, 365, man. Renewing our mind every single moment, every single day. Welcome to Moto, man. My 600-pound life. Share the video. You know, make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel for Moto so you can listen to the Moto stuff throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to search for many videos. Just scroll up right there. Boom. You don't have to worry about any comments at times. Just go straight to it. So share the videos, people. Thank you all for being who you are. Thank you all for being a part of Moto. Thank you all for encouraging me every single day to do what I need to do every day, which is live my dream out, you know, live through my gifts and actually hopefully inspire and edify other people. So 2018 gonna be that year, man. It's gonna be our senior year. We're going into our senior year in 2018. We will not leave nothing behind. We will not leave anything behind, man. We're gonna continue to grow and renew our mind every single day, man. Join on with us. Give it a quick second. K the Great right now. K the Great on the instrumentals for me. I appreciate you. Welcome to Moto, folks. The mindset, successful thinking, Moto show for motivation, 365. We do this every day. We do this every day. We're gonna go ahead and get right to it then, man. In just 1 second. All right. So look, man, my 600-pound life. Now, I don't weigh 600 pounds, and I have never weighed 600 pounds, but I tell you one thing, I was on my way to 600 pounds, that's for sure. Getting lazy, you know, and my mind wasn't where it needs to be. So, my wife watches my 600-pound life all the time, and I didn't know if it was like an encouragement for me to go do something or just for the fact she liked the show. Well, we watched the show, and I watch it oftentimes with her, because at first it used to, you know, gross me out a little bit, but I started watching it, man, and you start learning something every single day through these shows, man, or just through life in general. Besides the fact that, you know, in order for people to look at it, they gotta make it look the worst of, you know, the worst ever. So they got these people around their families all the time, and their families looking all disgusted and looking sad and just thinking that, you know, if she don't get it right or he don't get it right, he's gonna die. And I don't, you know, the whole idea. You know, they always go to a fast food restaurant all the time, like literally, and they don't go to no Chick-fil-A, don't go to none of those other restaurants. They go straight to you know, just a fast food restaurant all the time, man. I mean, for every dinner, every meal. And it's like, really? I mean, is it really like that every day? It may be. But what I realized, though, this is what I realized. You know, we all have a 600-pound person inside of us every day. There is a 600-pound person in our psyche every single day. What I mean by that is this. That individual that you watch on that show at times, they are truly battling themselves every step of the day, every step of the way. Before they even start to, you know, go see Dr. Now, or they start to even get their life together, automatically their psyche is telling them that you can't do something. It's telling them that, you know, are you sure you want to do this? You know, if you leave your family, this will happen, or this will not happen. You've tried this before and you failed. I mean, we have that 600-pound gorilla inside of us every day telling us the same thing. The only difference with the actual 600-pound life, those individuals, is that they have their struggles showing on the outside. You know, you can see their struggles. You know, you can see their body, right? And their mental state that they're battling with, you know, you don't see that, but you see the outcome of it. And that's the same thing we all have inside of us. We're battling every day with a 600-pound mentality. The mentality of telling us that we can't do something. If you do that, you're going to fail. KRS-One I was listening to this morning, man. And it's funny how these old school rappers, man, they got a lot of, you know, and also oftentimes even the new school rappers, after you see them go, it's like they're woke, right? After they go through their stages of, you know, wealth and other things, and they start realizing what the true meaning of life is, they start really changing their whole idea. So that's why you see a lot of them with their hair looking nappy or their clothes looking a certain way, because they don't care anymore, because their being is what's inside of them, right? So KRS-One was talking about rock star, and just the term rock star, and saying, you know, say rock star before you even say anything. Say rock star to yourself in your mind. And I started realizing, like he was mentioning, that we are telling ourselves words all the time inside of us, inside of our mind, before we even speak it out. We're saying these things before we even say it, we're speaking it every time over and over and over in our mind. And the same thing with the 600-pound life. Over and over and over, the universe will put in front of you, or they will put in front of you the things that you fear the most. So I remember every summer, every year I was always thinking, because I live out in the country, right? So I don't like snakes. And every time when the spring starts, I automatically put in my mind, I'm going to see a snake. Okay, summer's almost over, I'm going to see a snake. And guess what ended up happening? I would end up seeing a snake somewhere. But when I stopped thinking about the snakes, I didn't see one. You follow what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't see one at all. So like we was watching the show last night on the 600-pound life. The young lady, she got her weight off, started losing some weight before. And that's another thing. Let me get to this point too. Before they even have the surgery, before the 600-pound individual have the surgery, the doctor make them lose weight up front. That's to make sure their mind is where it needs to be. And then when you think about, okay, you lost 50 pounds in 1 month. Why don't you lose another 50 pounds the next month? And then lose another 50 pounds the next month. And lose another, and it can continue to go before the surgery even happens. But it's oftentimes their mind that if I lose this much and get approved for the surgery, then I'll actually keep the weight off. And then you see other people that actually done gain the weight back and more after surgery. They went from 600 pounds, lost the weight down to 200 or something, and they back up to 750. That's the psychological thing we have in our mind. So in ourself, in our being, man, we got to make sure our mind is renewed every single day. But we just got to keep moving, keep growing, and keep growing, and keep growing, man, because I'm telling you, it's going to be that mindset every day in your mind. That's why most motos are 365 thing. Most motos are everyday thing. We're renewing our mind every single moment, because there is someone, meaning in yourself at times, that's trying to see, that don't want you to succeed. It's trying to protect you. Our mind is trying to protect us to stay away from hurt. And that's what often happens, right? But oftentimes when you're hurt and you start realizing that you got to get things done, that's when your life start to change. So like, for example, going back to when they actually start losing the weight beforehand, the doctor can end up saying, look, you lost this weight already, your mind is made up. Why not just keep going? So what the universe will start doing over time, that like I said about the snake, I would start saying, okay, I'm going to see a snake, I'm going to see a snake. Guess what happens? I see a snake. So when these individuals start getting the weight off of them, and they move away from their family and get away from their comfort zone, and they start, have to be committed on their own, they start thinking negative thoughts. And when you start thinking negative thoughts, they start coming back to those things that start happening to you. The young lady was talking about how she can't get things done without her support of her family, and it's not going to work. She's going to fail. And everything around her just started crumbling. She walked outside. She had a Charger, I think, with no rims on it. Walked outside, and the car was on bricks. And one bad thing after another and after another after another start happening to her. And that's what happened in her life. One bad thing after another start happening to us. And then we start getting discouraged. And then boom, we're back to where we started from. And then we're back into not just 600 pounds, but 750 pounds mentally. So let me inspire you today. Let me give you the nuggets today. Start repeating to yourself before you even speak the words out. You got to psychologically start building your mindset every single day inside of you. I am an overcomer, right? There's no weapon formed against me. You start speaking those things of your life before you even say a word. Before you even start saying a word, you start encouraging yourself every moment and tell you, I will get the job. I will lose weight. I will have the mate that I want, right? So don't set yourself up for failure. So be inspired to know that you can do these things, and then as you start speaking that in your mind, because when you see these folks on this show, the thing about the reality shows, even though at times they can be fake, you see a person at time, the camera pan to them, and they just sitting there thinking, and they're just looking into space. They're not there right now. They're not here because they're looking at, before they even say anything, they're looking at those words in their mind, and they're repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. And the next thing you know, then they say it. I'm always be fat. I'm always be fat. And they saying this in their mind, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose. And next thing you know, boom. That's right, Jonathan. I think, therefore I am, man. I think, therefore I am. So it's encouraging that it's important that you actually start thinking those things first. You speak it out, and then you start moving. And your mind is what controls all that stuff, man. The old folks say, I would rather lose my mind. I would rather lose a limb I'd rather lose something around me. I would rather lose something else besides losing my mind. The mind is so strong because that's the scariest thing. Have you ever been in space and you start, look, where the heck am I? I've been there before. What's going on? Because you're going and your mind is just stopped. It's just, I need to take a break. Hey, man, that's how strong your mind is. We got that 600-pound person inside of us every day. So let's be inspired to get rid of that 600-pound person mentally inside of us so we don't all of a sudden become a 600-pound person in life. Nothing wrong with the fact that we got to renew your mind, man. You know, we all start somewhere, but you got to start someplace to know where you're wanting to go. Be inspired today, be encouraged, man. Today is Friday. Today is just show us your moto. Show us your moto Friday. Show us your moto Friday, man. If you're a business owner and all that stuff, get on Facebook, go on YouTube. You know, get on Facebook and actually just show us what motivates you in regards to your business ideal, all that. Let's be inspiring to each other today. Change someone's life, but first of all, change yourself. Most Moto mindset of successful thinking, Moto show for motivation. The true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing that the outcome is supposed to happen. We all have a 600-pound person inside of us. Now, we're either going to lose the weight and get rid of 600 pounds, or we're going to end up gaining more weight mentally. More weight of stress, more weight of depression, more weight of discouragement, and then we end up making other 600-pound people around us. They're not inspired. So they end up feeling like they, you know, this is what we do, man. That's who I am. So no, that's not who we are. We're overcomers every single day, and we continue to move forward every single moment, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Continue to be great. Continue to be inspired and encourage someone today. Change your life, but most of all, change yourself. Be good.